Hi everyone, my name is Sebastian Amieva and today I made this free training for you. The title of this training is How to Buy a Seven-Figure Business Using Other People's Money. You're gonna learn the entire process of business acquisitions. That means from closing, from post-closing, how to be prepared for a business acquisition. You're gonna learn also about negotiation and different business acquisition strategies. So stay with me until the end. I want to tell you thank you very much for joining this training. Let's start with why. Why we should start with why? It is proved that if you do a presentation and you start with why, you're gonna be more focused and you're gonna communicate your idea in an easier way. Also, you're gonna inspire more people and you're gonna show that you're passionate. So starting with why I think is very relevant. For that reason, I started with why this presentation. Maybe you know Simon Sinek. He was the creator of the model The Golden Circle, and also he wrote the book Start with Why. I highly recommend you to read more about that. It really helped me to apply for my business acquisitions. And also I like his quote, the why is the purpose, cause or belief that drive every one of us. So if you want to check it out, Simon Sinek, he's a TEDx also talk speaker. I highly recommend to check out his videos. So why buying a company is better than set up a new one? Why? Of course, you want to get established business from day one. You want to get cash flow from day one. You're going to get employees from day one. And also they're going to be trained employees. It's going to be less risk and it's going to be less work. Also, it's going to be easier to secure finance, which is very, very important. Another why is why buying a company is better than invest into marketing and sales. A lot of business owners are spending money into sales and marketing, which it is totally fine, but I believe that it's smarter, faster, and easier to grow via business acquisitions. And also it's less risky because you're gonna use the company target as a collateral. So remember, it's gonna be faster, cheaper, and less risky to buy your competitors than invest into sales and marketing. So the reason you buy a business is because you want to be in business but don't want to risk of starting one. What if you could buy any business using other people's money? Let's imagine that. What if you could buy any business using other people's money? There is a massive opportunity for you right now. Globally, there are millions and millions of companies and business sellers ready to exit and business for sale. Almost 10,000 baby boomers are retiring daily, and 80% of them have no succession plan. So there is a massive opportunity for you right now to take over some businesses. But of course, you need to know how to structure the deal. Let's go with some myth. Myth number one, most of people is talking about that you need a solid board. For me, for my own experience, I believe that you don't need a solid board. You don't need a board if you buy in a business under 10 million USD. You don't need a board of directors and members if you're trying to buy a business on that range, 10 million or 5 million. What you need maybe is a consultant or a technical guy who understands the industry that you are operating. This was the myth number one. The myth number two, a lot of people think you need plenty of capital to buy a business. You need to be a millionaire or you must to have a rich daddy to buy your business. Well, that is not true. You have a lot of ways to finance a deal without using your own capital. And you have a big alternative finance market out there so you can reach out. The myth number three, most people say you need management skills. Let me explain you why I think that you don't need management skills to buy a business. Because you can hire a HR company and hire a new CEO or a new director to manage the business for you, and they can do reports, weekly reports, or monthly reports, and then you get dividends out of the business as a consulting fee. So you don't need some management skills, you don't need plenty of capital to buy a business, and remember, you don't need a solid board if you're buying under 10 million USD. Let's talk about now what to do before you actually buying a business. Before buying a business, you should have and a strategy behind. It's not buying a business is the easiest part, but before you actually buy, you must to have a strategy. You must to know what you're looking for. So for that, it's very important that you define your investment criteria. You evaluate its condition and potential. Where is the business located? Why they're selling? What is the working relationship with its suppliers and banks. That is very important that you, before actually buying a business, know it is condition and potential. What is required to buy a business without risking your own capital? So without using your own capital, using other people's capital, like the alternative market finance, investment bankers, family office, private equity guys. What is required to be a deal maker? For me, to be a deal maker, you must to have these things in place. You must to develop your M&A brokers network, your CPAs or accountant network, your deal team that we are going to talk about in the next slides. You need to define your investment criteria. And of course, you need to have the right mentor, fully supporting you with weekly calls, with all the documents that you need. Let me describe them in depth, each of them. What is an asset-based lender? This is a very popular kind of lending, the asset-based lenders. They are going to be very helpful for you to use it as a down payment because you are buying a business without using your own money. So where the money came from? Normally the money came from the alternative finance market, like the asset-based lender. So it's very important that you develop your network with the asset-based lender. Before hunting, before go out and start reaching business seller, you should have at least 3 asset-based lenders in place. The deal team. I really like the quote of Richard Branson, with the right team, everything is possible. I really believe if you have a great team, a solid team, everything is going to be possible and you're going to be able to take over a good, established, and profitable business. The deal team work together through the entire process of the business acquisitions. From the deal flow, from the preliminary due diligence to the closing until the post closing, the entire business acquisition process. So the deal team is quite important for you to have it in place before you actually go and start buying businesses. What are the elements, the integrants of the deal team? I recommend to have in place a CPA or an accountant. They are going to be very helpful for the company evaluation, preliminary due diligence, and due diligence. The corporate lawyer or M&A lawyer, they're gonna be reviewing the agreements and documents of your company. They're gonna help you for the preliminary due diligence and due diligence parts. So that's very important to have in place an M&A lawyer. Not any lawyer. It must be a merger and acquisition lawyer. Another element of your deal team I highly suggest is to have a consultant or technical person. As each industry is totally different, so it's very important to have a technical person in your deal team. If you buy in a chemistry or manufacturing or transportation industry, it's good to have an expert in that industry to help you out. Also, they can be part of your due diligence part, offering you a market research of the company, and you can get a technical report. Okay, what is defining your investment criteria? For me, actually, before you buy in a business, you need to know what you're looking for. So that is defining your investment criteria. You must to ask a few questions to yourself. You must to know your background, what you are capable to do. If you are capable enough to run a business, if your management skills are good, if your due diligence part is good, you need to analyze yourself before defining your investment criteria. I highly recommend people to buy businesses between 1 and 10 million asking price, because it's bigger, you have a lot of competition with family office and private equity guys. And also you need to have a list of questions for the seller, for a motivated seller. The most important question for a motivated seller is why then they selling. It's very important that you find out why they're selling. They have so many reasons, so you need to find their why. And also you have a few questions for the first meetings, like what is the revenue per year, what is the net profit, including the owner's salary, how long has it been trading, the total asset, total debt, did you have a company valuation. So you need to know a few stuff before actually you buying a business. Let's speak about acquisition strategies. On these slides, we can see the topic of joint ventures. Not much people know about joint venture for business acquisition, but can you imagine if you can partner with a big private equity firm or family office? If you can introduce deals to them, or if you can partner with them, can be your fast track. Joint ventures are the absolute fastest way to make a lot of money and very, very fast. So remember, joint ventures, find a template of joint ventures, so I can provide you with one, and try to develop your network with private equity firms and family office, and try to build a partnership with them, a joint ventures. And if they are matching your investment criteria, it's gonna be more easier to close a deal together with these big firms. What you wanna need for doing a joint venture with these big firms? You will need a good knowledge of the industry, a comprehensive and diverse network of contacts, good communication and negotiation skills, and more importantly, a creative mindset. 10 ways to fund a business acquisition. You can get funds from company funds, company equity, earnout, leveraged buyout, bank loan, SBA loan, asset-based loan, issuance bonds, third-party financing, or joint ventures. Let's speak now about search funds. Search funds or entrepreneurship through acquisition are very, very popular right now. You can become a CEO and get equity just for finding a good company for sale. That is very simple process. You just need to set up a search fund. You need to get the initial capital. Typically, is between 150 and 350K. So you have time to spend a few months to find the right deal for a big investor. So I highly recommend you to go on Google or to study more how to set up your search fund. You can become a CEO and get equity just for finding a good company for sale. So search fund is a very good acquisition strategy that I highly recommend always to my mentees. Another acquisition strategy is called roll up or consolidation model. I'm going to explain you what is a roll up and how you can do it. Normally, the roll up strategies consolidate highly fragmented markets where the current competitors are too small to achieve scale economies. The strategy works when business as a group can realize substantial cost savings or achieve higher revenues than individual business can. So I highly recommend try this business acquisition strategy. The roll-ups and consolidation model is a good way to take over a group of businesses. Here is the holding subsidiary one, the one I did in Brazil in 2017. It is one of my favorites, and you can use it to buy businesses globally, to take over businesses globally. Normally, the main idea of the holding company is to set it up in a first world economies like the US, UK, Canada, or Australia, with a subsidiary in disadvantaged countries like Latin America, Africa, or Asia. Why we set up the holding company in first world economies? Because mainly we want to gain access to the first world lending industry so you can bring cheap and fast capital. On average, the capital that you can bring is 5.5%. The interest is very low for these countries. So for the following reason, you can bring the capital from holding to subsidiary. You can bring down the capital as a working capital, global expansion, or as an exit strategy for the seller. And you're gonna get shares for just setting up everything. So this is very good strategy. I've been using twice, and I highly recommend to my mentees who are based in third world countries or disadvantaged economies. Highly recommend to use the holding subsidiary strategy for business acquisitions. On this next slide, we are gonna talk about negotiation and why negotiation is the must-to-have skill. I'm gonna provide you with the full negotiation preparation checklist that you're gonna see in the next 3 slides. And if you have time later, you can check it out more deeply. So I'm gonna read a few of them to don't take all your time today. So negotiation is a must-to-have skills, and I always say to my mentees and to my partners that we need to improve our negotiation skills year by year. As you know, I study negotiation. I did the program on negotiation at Harvard, and I've been learning the main negotiation principles. I will tell you a few of them. For example, you need to be fully ready for a negotiation. Always be prepared. Find a common ground. Show respect for people. Don't take your negotiation personally, and try to be don't get attached, emotionally attached to the negotiation. For example, another principle is transparency. You need to be totally transparent because transparency generates trust immediately to the people. So explain to the seller's broker that what are you trying to buy a business. Seller finance only. Be very clear. Seller finance only. I'm gonna use my lenders network to take over the business. So transparency generates immediate trust. These are other items from the negotiation preparation checklist. You must know what are your strengths, values, skill, and assets in this negotiation. Another point of the list can be what is my reservation points, my different point between a deal and no deal. These are all the questions that you need to ask yourself before you actually go to a negotiation with the seller or with the broker or with anybody. Always be prepared for a negotiation. For that reason, I wrote this list from the negotiation preparation checklist, so you're gonna be fully ready for any negotiation. You see, the list go on and go on. We can read one of them. Who are my competitors for this deal? Who should be on my negotiation team? All these questions you need to ask to yourself to feel very confident in front of the seller, in front of the broker, in front of family office or private equity firms. If you follow all these questions, if you answer all these questions before you actually go to a negotiation, you're gonna feel way better confidence. So remember, negotiation and mindset. I highly recommend to people go to a negotiation, to every negotiation with a learning mindset. Be always open and learning. Listen more, talk less. So yeah, this is my suggestion for you. Learn more about negotiation, and learning mindset is really going to help you to close a deal faster. Now it's time to think about what to do after buying an existing business. What to do after. So when you buy a business, the first thing you need to do is to to transfer the business on your name, of course, to meet the director and main employees for a formal introduction of the new owners, change the director and address of the company on the articles of incorporation, call off the government accounts. If there is a balance in the shareholder equity accounts, deal with it. You must do a digitalization or an automation of the process also. Another option can be rebranding or changing the core products and service. So it's important that you think about what to do after buying an existing business. You must to understand the complete process, the entire business acquisition process before you actually start buying businesses. Another important point after you buy a business is how to delegate and how to create a management team. So I highly recommend to read the book. It is called The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Sherber. So broadly speaking, there are three business personalities: the technician, the manager, and the entrepreneur. If you have if you have these three people, this book recommend if you have these three personalities, the technician, the manager, and the entrepreneur, you can have, I think, a great team, a great management team. So try to find these three people to set up your management team. What I do for creating my management team normally, before I'm buying a business, I hire a HR company to identify three or four potential CEOs and director, and then I delegate the management to them, to the new CEO, and the CEO is giving me a weekly or monthly report, and also he taking care of my dividend plan. Another important point after you buy the business is what is the best time of the year to sell a business, because you're gonna see the big money after you do all the repayments of the debts, after you pay the all the all the seller money. After you pay everything, you can sell the business and you can get the big money. So what is the best time of the year to sell a business? Selling a business take four steps. Preparation: you need to prepare the business for sale. All the documentation must be in place. So when somebody is gonna do a due diligence on the company, you have all the documents in place. Then is the marketing, the promotion of the business, also the filtering and buyer selection, and then the closing with your lawyer and accountants, all the closing part. So each time take approximately 4 months to complete each part. So it's gonna take you maybe 6 to 12 months to close a deal. In my opinion, June is the best month to engage an investment banker to start the year-long process of selling your business. Here is a graphic that's saying that preparation pace is between June and August, the marketing pace is between September and November, and buyer selection pace is between December, February. So you are going to be closing the company between March and May. If you're still here, let me introduce you our partnership program, Buying Businesses for a Living. This is a 12-month partnership program with myself. We have very limited spaces. Let me introduce myself. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Originally, I'm from Argentina, from Patagonia. I moved to London, to the UK in 2014. I bought three companies myself, including a football club in Spain, a third division. Also, I bought a LED factory in Brazil with 800 employees, 22 million euros in assets. I studied negotiation at Harvard Law School in 2018 and 2019. And right now I spend my days traveling around the world with my girlfriend, visiting friends, and I'm really enjoying my lifestyle. And also I'm actively mentoring several entrepreneurs and business owners globally, from Latin America, Australia, Canada, the US, and the UK. This is me when I bought the 22 million euros factory in Brazil. We got 51% shares of a UK holding. We set up a holding company in London in the UK, a PLC company, and the subsidiary in Brazil. It was a great deal. So yeah, it was one of my biggest time as a businessman. So I really enjoyed it. What you wanna learn during the process, during this program? I'm gonna fully support you on how to source a business, how to structure a win-win offer, how to fund the deal, how to conduct a preliminary due diligence and the closing, how to fix a company, how to sell the company, how to do a preliminary due diligence is very important. So I'm gonna help you to do that. How to set up your deal team. I'm gonna be with you until your first acquisition or second acquisitions. For me, spending quality time with my mentor is very important. So we are gonna have weekly calls, and you're gonna have access to my email and to my telephone number. What you're gonna get? You're gonna get priority access to deals. I have a big deal flow, so people is reaching me out through LinkedIn or Facebook or by email or by phone. So I have several deals in different continents. So I'm gonna pass that deals to you. So maybe you can co-partnering with another mentee also. You're gonna get an updated Rolodex of lenders, brokers, accountants from the US, UK, Australia, and Canada. We are gonna have weekly calls, that is support sessions, when I'm gonna provide you personalized feedback for implementing your solutions. You're gonna get my negotiation preparation checklist that I studied at Harvard, so you're gonna get this for free. It is included in the program. You're gonna get all the documents, all the templates, like preliminary due diligence checklist, letter of intent, NDA, memorandum of understanding. Also, you're gonna get a CPA database, the accountants, a form from question to the seller, a global family office, and private equity database. All the things you're gonna get during the 12th month. This is a skill that my top mentees are able to leverage for the rest of your life. You will learn how to buy your first or second business without risking your own capital in less than 90 days. You're gonna be ready to buy business in only 90 days. This is the skill, believe me, is one of the best skills that you can get on the market. I will guide you step by step from identifying good opportunities. I'm not gonna make you buy a bad business. You're gonna buy a good business with me. I'm gonna help you to negotiate the deal step by step, during the entire business acquisition process. And also I'm gonna explain you how to delegate the management so you can free up your life and move on to the next deal. Remember, program is starting soon. Once you miss this chance, there is no guarantee you will get this opportunity again. This is the link that you can book my agenda. We can have a strategy call, 30 minutes. I'm going to explain you also if you have some doubts about this process, everything that you want to know about business acquisition. I'm more than happy to explain you during the call. So this is the link. You can book a call with me. Yes, and remember, you are one deal away. And thank you very much for watching this presentation. And all the best to you and your business acquisitions.